The other thing is the PBS deal where they said he fired or he would fire Big Bird. Yeah, come on, just because you cut federal funding doesn't mean that you have to fire people.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that Big Bird is worthless without federal funding?
It's such a
Big
great
Bird?
window into the way liberals think. To liberals, and to progressives, it's if the federal funding goes away, the job no longer exists. Big Bird gets fired. He's out of a job because PBS doesn't get $450 million a year in government subsidies. I mean, first of all, the fact that you're sitting there thinking, liberals are actually saying today, man, can you believe Mitt Romney? He won't give a giant yellow bird $450 million to teach kids the alphabet. Well, can you believe that? Yeah, I can believe it. Yeah,
that.
It sounds pretty sensible that we wouldn't give a giant yellow bird $450 million to teach the alphabet. I don't know. It sounds crazy to me. But beyond that, the idea that Big Bird would go away if federal funding. Big Bird is one of the most beloved children's characters of all time. Big Bird is not going anywhere, nor are any of the characters on Sesame Street. In fact, they could be a giant, and is a giant cash cow for PBS.
How many movies has the Sesame Street cast made? A ton. And they, even after Jim Henson's death, they continue to make movies. They're doing really well. Big Bird is huge. Grover is.
Oh God!
It was just a couple Christmases ago that Tickle Me Elmo thing was the biggest sensation of the Christmas season.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you really think that they need government help to bring you Tickle Me Elmo? The thing was, it must have made. Think about this. You have Big Bird, you have Tickle Me Elmo, you got Grover, you got all Cookie Monster, you have Oscar the Grouch, all these huge characters that have been around for a million years. You're telling me that the government couldn't license out to, I don't know, like Disney or Nickelodeon? Do you think they wouldn't buy the rights to Big Bird?
The private sector wouldn't have any interest in any Sesame Street characters. Come on, it's ridiculous.
It's insane. I had this thing I brought in today. This is my son Zach, who is 14 years old, and he has this little radio that he's purchased. Well, we purchased for him.
He's 14 now?
He's 14 months. Did I say 14?
Yeah, you said he was 14.
Yeah,
I thought, okay. We're doing the Sesame Street thing still?
It would be really weird if he was. Yeah, no, that would be a little odd. Although I will say that I'm completely addicted to these songs because this is a radio. It's a Cookie Monster radio, and the Cookie Monster radio has different channels. The Big Bird channel, of course, it has the Ernie channel and the Elmo channel. Now the Elmo channel is interesting because basically the format of this thing is Cookie Monster is the DJ on the station. So Cookie Monster is going to do your intros, your ins and outs of the songs. And then you're going to hear songs from the different artists that you enjoy, such as Elmo. So like you go to the thing here, and you go to like the Elmo channel, and
have you heard this one?
And then he says, so have you heard this one? And then you press the button. Yeah. You can feel the beat.
Mm-hmm.
Elmo likes to rock and roll. Elmo likes to rock and roll, baby.
That was a great song.
And then Cookie Monster comes in at the end and lets you know that it was a great song. Now, I will tell you.
In case you didn't realize it on your own.
Yeah. But look, he's just having an honest reaction to Elmo's big hit there. And now I could tell you that I took an hour-long drive this weekend and heard that exact sequence you just witnessed approximately 15,000 consecutive times, to the point of I know all of the lyrics to the songs, and I woke up in the middle of the night re-singing that Elmo likes to rock and roll, baby, over and over and over again. This is not a device that needs government assistance. They're selling these things. This is crack to children.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, the Big Bird.
Oh, that's a good one. Sing along.
A place where I can rest my wings. A place for my special things. The place that I like the best. Right on Sesame Street. It's my nest.
I really wouldn't mind him being fired. But
Kinda catchy.
Now, Cookie Monster
really.
feels it's kind of catchy. I will say the Elmo one is a little bit more catchy to me. The Big Bird one, I will say, seems to be he's just saying where he lives, and it's not a particularly good point in the song. But you keep just, I mean, let me go to the Ernie one here.
This one of me favorites.
Staying healthy and getting clean. We're taking a bath, you know what I mean, with bubbles filling up the tub. We'll scrub a dub. Both
Got a
our
rap
ears,
thing
nose,
going
rubber
on.
ducky,
That's
and all
impressive.
our toes.
Me like it.
See, now Cookie Monster likes it. Now, the point is, first of all, it's, and this is what a lot of kids programming is. It's just propaganda for parents. It's like, you turn on like Nick Jr. and it's like, hey, everybody, let's clean our room. It's the most fun you can have. No, it's not. And cleaning your room sucks, okay? But all the songs are propaganda for parents. And that's not, none of the shows on, Yo Gabba Gabba and all the stupid shows that are on Nick Jr., they aren't getting government subsidies, yet they're still able to bring positive messages and teach kids somehow through the free market. And you know what? If Big Bird was left to fend for its Big Bird self, because I don't know if it's a male or a female, and I don't want to be judgmental, Big Bird would thrive in the free market. I mean, companies would be lining up to bid for the rights to these characters. I mean, when you can have a kid who will press a button to hear your stupid Sesame Street song over and over and over and over and over again, I mean, that's gold to companies. And I mean, you could have the government could approve every script of these characters, and companies would still be lining up to put them on the payroll. I mean, Big Bird. We can make Big Bird a wealthy bird. We can do it.
It's the same exact mentality that they used with the government bailout of the auto industry.
Mm-hmm.
If the government hadn't stepped in, they act like and they speak as if the auto industry would be gone now. Well, it wouldn't. They would have gone through bankruptcy. They would have reorganized, and they'd probably be doing better now or with that scenario than they are with this one. You allow the private sector to do what the private sector does. Mm-hmm. And if Sesame Street had to go through the private sector, it would absolutely succeed enormously. It would be bigger now than it ever was.
Yeah. I mean, it made $211 million from toy and consumer product sales as it is. Imagine if you let the free market go and maximize the profits. It would probably do even better, and it would still remain the loved characters that they are now. I mean, it really is. It's an absurd way of thinking. Yet this is their big win out of the debate. Like, they're all excited that Mitt Romney said Big Bird, and he wants to murder Big Bird by not giving him any more funding. Again, like, you look at, there's a, maybe we can play the audio coming up here, but there's one of the heads of Sesame Street is basically admitted on television yet again, look, the financing for Sesame Street, I mean, it's just not going to impact it at all. Sesame Street's not going anywhere.
Ah, that's great.
Yeah, maybe we can play that on the way back.